Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
In 2021, a Facebook data scientist, her name was Frances Hoyen. I want to get her name right, but I apologise, Frances. She was a whistleblower for Facebook. She'd worked there, as I said. She claimed that Facebook harms children, it sows division and undermines democracy in pursuit of breakneck growth and astronomical profits. She said that this platform knew from its internal research the harm that it was doing, particularly to young people, but it kept going. She's been in meetings where this was put to Mark Zuckerberg. You know what's going on here? And he said, yes, keep going. So we now have a Senate inquiry, a Senate hearing on Capitol Hill. Mark Zuckerberg has had to, and rightly so, sit there in front of the families of victims, of kids who have taken their own lives because they've been abused by predators, they've had photos shared, they've had all kinds of information taken out of their hands, they've been bullied. It's a horrendous situation. There's a senator called Senator Hawley who has been very strong on this, and here's just some of what he had to say to Mark Zuckerberg.
37% of teenage girls between 13 and 15 were exposed to unwanted nudity in a week on Instagram. You knew about it. Who did you fire?
Senator, this is why we're building all
Who
these
did you fire?
tools. Senator, I don't think that's...
Who did you fire?
I'm not going to answer that.
There's families of victims here today. Have you apologized to the victims? Would you like to do so now?
Well,
they're here. You're on national television. Would you like now to apologize to the victims who have been harmed by your product? Show them the pictures. Would you like to apologize for what you've done to these good people?
I'm sorry for everything that you have all gone through. It's terrible. No one should have to go through the things that your families have suffered. And this is why we invest so much and are going to continue doing industry-leading efforts to make sure that no one has to go through the types of things that your families have had to suffer.
You know, why, Mr. Zuckerberg, why should your company not be sued for this? Why is it that you can claim, you hide behind a liability shield, you can't be held accountable? Shouldn't you be held accountable personally? Will you take personal responsibility?
Senator, I think I've already answered this. I mean, these
Well,
are
try
serious
it again.
issues.
Will you take personal responsibility?
Senator, I view my job and the job of our company as building the best tools that we can to keep our community safe.
Right. He's known for 3 years it's not safe.
Yeah.
And he's known for much longer, but there's evidence he's known for 3 years. And this is the crux of it. So what Congress would like to do, this is what Senator Hawley is saying we should do, is revoke Section 230. This section protects social media platforms from liability for content posted by their users. For example, if you're a book publisher and you publish a book that is dangerous and causes people to kill themselves and harm themselves and have terrible self-image.
Sure.
As the publisher, you are liable.
Like we are.
Like we
it's
are
part
here.
of our broadcasting license. That's why
Absolutely
we say
it is.
allegedly. That's why we can't get away with what they, in the unfettered wasteland that is social media.
No.
You can say whatever you want.
And this is the point, and this is what they're trying to argue, is he is in charge of a publishing company.
Yeah.
He's not just setting up a business model where, and maybe this is how the dream was at the beginning, but now we know how ugly it is.
That's terrible.
That you can't just allow people to say anything and he's got nothing to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
This is a very interesting point. He needs to step up and be responsible as the publisher of former Facebook.
But also this technology is just, and I love technology, by the way, but this technology is overreaching us. It's we don't even know what it is.
And we're allowed to push back. We've been very compliant. It's time for the pushback.
Yep, and like when they brought in seatbelts and drink driving laws for cars, I think they've got to do the same for social media platforms. You just can't spout off any crap, and people believe it. People, we got people now believing the world is flat.
I know.
You know, Galileo proved that back in the 1500s that it wasn't. You know, we are actually devolving, and people like Mark Zuckerberg, he's just got to do better. They just have to, and they should be accountable for what they do. Here is Facebook. You can't show a woman breastfeeding her child, but you can show a lunatic going on a mass shooting.
Yeah, and I think we often feel like the genie's out of the bottle. What can you do? But we can't be powerless
We
about
can't
this.
put the genie back in.
I think we can. I think
No,
we
you
can.
wouldn't.
This is what we can corral the
It
genie.
should be corralled.
We can
Corral it.
corral the genie, and we can actually have these protocols in place where he has to be responsible for this because someone's got to be the grown-up. It's very interesting. So this is ongoing, this Senate hearing. Be interesting to see what happens.
And the Republicans and the Democrats are actually on the same side, so it could be a good thing.